junior shortstop Marcus Simeon, junior outfielder Chad Bunting, and sophomore pitcher Justin Jones. We'll go ahead and start with a opening statement from head coach and proceed with questions.
Well, I was obviously really happy with our starting pitch. Justin started off and it was fantastic. He was in control the whole time he was in there. He experienced some tightness in his bicep, kind of a cramping and discomfort, so we weren't going to take any chances with that. We've had him checked already initially, and nothing structural with shoulder or elbow. It's just muscle tightness in his bicep. So we're going to test that further, and we'll go from there. But you know, just happy with the way we came out. We were key to our team is being able to stay loose and play loose in the moment. We don't play any better when we try harder or we focus more or try to do more. So, you know, one of the keys for us as a club is can we be relaxed and stay relaxed and come out and do that. And a big part of that, Chad, that 3-run homer kind of let us take a little bit of a deep breath there and get relaxed in the atmosphere here. So it was a great atmosphere. Couldn't ask for more from the home crowd. They came out and supported us. I thought that was a big lift, and I think that was, you know, obviously in our favor.
Coach, Aaron Fifth, Baseball America. It seemed like you guys came out really aggressive. I don't know if you thought almost too aggressive, a couple of mistakes in the base pass maybe, but like you said, do you feel like that home run really changed the tone for you guys? Yeah,
I think it just, again, just let us settle in the ball game and let Justin pitch ahead and give us a good feel for what they were going to be offensively. They're an aggressive club too, and you know, by no means at any time during the game did I feel secure with the 3- and 4-run lead with their offensive numbers. And I thought the ball was carrying pretty good, and I know that their offensive style is to get the ball airborne and let it carry for them. So I thought it was just a tribute to Justin how in control he was to be able to hold them down, because they're a good offensive club and a good team, and we have, you know, obviously the utmost respect for them. So we're not taking them lightly one bit.
Ryan Gorski, BearTerritory.net. Justin, you said you don't really believe in scouting reports, so what were you feeling today? What was working for you?
My pregame, I felt pretty good. Just went out there and I had all my stuff, and once I had everything, I knew they weren't going to hit me. And it takes confidence to be out there, and I had tons of it.
Justin, Jimmy Durkin, Oakland Tribune. Could you just describe kind of what you felt there warming up in the 7th? What happened?
Well, the first pitch I felt a little tightness, and then I was like, the last pitch, I was like, okay, let's see how I can do throwing 100%. Threw 100%, and I felt my bicep cramp up a little bit, and I knew I couldn't throw from there, so we'll see how everything goes.
Justin, Eric Sorensen of College Baseball Today. Did you feel anything prior to that at all, like in the inning or two before you had that happen?
No, not at all. It was just cramped up, so we'll see how everything goes. Like
what was working for you as the game went along?
Everything. My fastball, I felt like I had life and some extra movement, late movement. Kept them off balance with my cutter, my changeup, and 2 strikes. I just buried them with my curveball.
Okay. Thanks.
Chad, talk about that at bat. It's the second pitch you saw, and you've been jumping on him a lot. It's your 3rd postseason home run. How have you felt at the plate lately?
Well, he got ahead of me with a fastball, and I figured he probably wasn't coming back with a fastball over the plate. Lucky enough, he left a changeup, you know, middle part of the plate, and it was up a little bit, and I was able to keep my hands back, just put a good swing on it, and you know, was able to put it out of the yard.
Marcus, your past 2 games have been pretty darn good at the plate. What did you see in that at bat for you?
It was a curveball, I think, 0-1 curveball, and I just tried to, like Chad did, keep my hands back and get it in the air, and it seemed to be going today a little bit, so I was happy about that.
Just for either of you, he was in the zone. I think out of 100 pitches, he threw 100 and some pitches. He threw 80 something in the strike zone. How easy is it for you guys when he's around the plate that much?
It's good because we in the postseason have made an effort to be more patient up there, especially early in the game, and we were on his fastball and on his off speed too, so we kind of were patient, and it was helping us.
Coach, talk about Logan Scott's effort today, coming in on an emergency call there.
Yeah, you know, and so important because, you know, with a 4-0 lead, if someone comes in as a little bit of a wreck, it can change the whole tenor of the game. You know, if a guy walks 1 or 2 guys and then they pop one, it's a different ball game. So him to be able to stabilize and kind of take the baton from Justin and keep it rolling pretty good was was big for us. He had his changeup working, which was able to neutralize a little bit of the left-handed hitters, and that's what you needed in their lineup because they're tough.
How important was having Chad and Devin make those 2 catches in the invalid ground and then have that double play to settle everyone down and calm everyone down?
Well, it seemed like every time that, if it was getting to a critical moment, we came up with a defensive play or a big pitch, and again, 2 foul balls and then a nice double play turn with Marcus and Derek Campbell, and those are great pickups for the whole team because then you didn't extend the inning and get another hitter to the plate, and we're wary of that.
Tony taken out just because he had run full speed and you didn't want to test.
Yeah, it was, at that point in the game, it wasn't worth it. He's nursing that quad injury, and so we're gonna watch him pretty carefully. He's gonna get his 3 or 4 at bats when we need him, but at that point, we felt like, hey, let's get him out of there and let's get him rested.
For the hitters, you guys, as a team, maybe don't have gaudy power numbers where those guys do. Do you feel like your power can sneak up on people a little bit, give you an extra weapon?
Yeah, I mean, we always take good swings, and we want to focus on staying low and hard usually because we play at a home field that the ball usually doesn't go. But when we keep that low and hard approach, sometimes we get a ball up that'll get out of there. So.
Coach, were you planning on going with Logan Scott anyway in this game, or did the circumstance change once the injury took place?
Yeah, I think the circumstance did change. We may have gone with him only for an inning a little bit. And then we got Matt Flemmer on the back end of the pan and Kevin Miller as well. But when he got in there and was in there the 7th inning, it got a little bit into a groove and into the flow of the game. We didn't want to change that momentum that he was building, and we kind of let him run a little bit.
Do you think you're going to start tomorrow, or is that a discussion you have tonight?
Yeah, we're going to think about. We're leaning towards obviously Eric Johnson. Who's we think is rested enough. He pitched twice during the regional. He started on Friday, and then he started again on Monday. So we felt like backing him up at least one day would be good for him. And I think, being a night game tomorrow night, I think it's probably feeds into what he has a little bit better.
How much did you guys feed off of the energy, the Go Bears chants?
Well, that was outstanding. It was to have an atmosphere like that at a game, at a Cal game. It's a different. It's kind of cliche to say the 10th man, but it always felt like something extra out there for us, and that's unusual, and our kids really appreciate it.
To follow up on that, the players, did you guys feel that? Was this the best pro Cal crowd you guys have played in front of ever?
I'd say, yeah, for sure. It was pretty awesome. It's not like a normal thing over at Evans Diamond to get this big of a crowd and have everyone in it back us up. They're part of our team. It was wonderful.
For Coach or any of you guys, what does it feel like to be 1 win away from Omaha?
We can't even think about that at this point. I'm telling you, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time thinking about that. We feel pretty good about where we're at, but we've got a lot of work to do, and we got a tough opponent on the other side that's going to play for their lives, and we know what that's like, and so we respect them, and we respect the game enough to come out ready to play tomorrow.
It must have been nice to actually have a lead today rather than have to fight your way back like you were doing all weekend last week.
Yeah, I think that was the first thing my wife told me was it sure was nice to have a lead for once, so she didn't have to get too nervous. I said, it was nice for me too. Yeah, but yeah, you know what, and to give Justin some run support and let him just go in there and pitch, and I think for our whole team, just it's different, and just to get comfortable in the atmosphere. We talk about being loose, but it takes a little effort to make sure that you're relaxed in these type of games, and our guys did a good job, and we looked like it right after that home run.
Justin, just out of curiosity, I did, because your hats, compared with your coach, you don't take care of your hat very well. Is that the first hat you were issued? Have you ever changed hats?
Yeah, he just nailed it on the head. It's love. This hat has a lot of character, and he's been with me through a lot, so I don't plan on changing him. He's my buddy.
So that you've never had another hat?
No, this is my hat from last year.
Over here.
Yeah, 2 questions. First for Chad. Marcus had mentioned the dynamic between playing at Evans and the ball carrying, or lack of carrying there, and what happened tonight. Now I wanted to ask you specifically about the hitter's backdrop here today. Is it easy to pick up the ball here? It's kind of notoriously a hitter's park, but I was wondering specifically about the backdrop as far as being able to pick up the ball here.
Personally, I've never really noticed, that kind of stuff, but it was fine today. Didn't really notice anything, out of the ordinary in terms of not being able to see the ball, you know, out of the hand or anything.
Okay. Were you seeing it very good today, though?
I saw it pretty well. I was out in front of a few balls, had a couple strikeouts that I would have rather not had.
Sure.
But other than that, yeah, I've seen it pretty well.
Okay, very good. And second question for Coach Esker. Things just seem to be going your way there for 6 innings. I mean, everything was kind of catching all the breaks, and then of course the injury strikes. What did that do to the composure of the dugout, and did you feel like a shift in gears at all within the composure of the team at that point?
No, you know, our club has been, you know, during this run, as far as being resilient and kind of dealing with adversity, I mean, we're good at that. You know, we just are, and I think we're adversity tested throughout the whole year, so if a bump in the road happens, we've got character in that dugout that will, one, a lot of concern for Justin and a lot of the players concerned about his well-being, but two, you know, kind of keeping us pushing forward and not making a crisis out of some adversity.
Okay, that was something then that just, you didn't have to reinforce or anything, it was just everybody
No,
kind of on
no,
the
you know
same
what, we
page
got,
there?
again, we've got some vocal leaders on the bench, they're not gonna let the guys kind of get down. I mean, they care about their teammates and concern for Justin, but the focus kind of amped up that you know, what they were saying was we need to pull Logan through these innings now, and that's what they were trying to do.
Okay, and one more follow-up with that, can you just kind of let us inside your head, the walk back from the mound to bringing Scott into the game, what you're thinking at that point?
Well, I knew he was a great option for us if his changeup was on, you know, because he's really tough on left-handed hitters, and he can throw that to right-handers as well. I knew that he was a good match. Again, my hope is that he wasn't gonna be too amped up, and when he was able to settle in there and get the first couple hitters out, that was all I was worried about, just to make sure that he wasn't a different guy than he normally is for us. And he's been great down the stretch, he was great in the regional and at the end of the year, so he's earned our confidence.
Good. Thank you.
Time for 2 more questions. Matt?
Diana Leon with ESPN.com for Justin to come out in that fashion, you know, after you'd gone so well, only giving up 1 hit. What were the emotions behind that? Was it frustration? Was it? What was it?
There was a lot of emotions. I mean, of course, I was pretty frustrated, but the people I have backing me, like my teammates and all, I know that no matter who comes in, we're still going to be in the same shape that we're in, and that's pretty much how it was.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach. Thanks, players.
Thanks, guys.